Shout out to the 4 different canvassers who came to my house this week in the middle of nowhere to make sure I was going to vote. 4 of them. I had fewer trick-or-treaters. No matter what they say about us, they can't say we didn't have ground game. Shout out to the doctors and medical professionals at Brigham and Women's Hospital who operated on my wife last week. And shout out to Christy Little, who could barely walk but still made it to the polls. No matter what they say about us, they can't say we didn't have ground game. Shout out to David Rees, John Kimball, and Starley Kine, the election profit makers, who helped me survive this election, even if they failed to make any money in the end. Shout out to the people who felt like they couldn't get out of bed the morning after, who maybe still can. You will. Shout out to old episodes of Parks and Recreation on Netflix, which you'll need in the meantime. And shout out big time to the people who got right out of bed and got to work. Shout out to the peaceful protesters reassuring your fellow Americans and laying the groundwork for the communities and new coalitions we will need. And shout out to the journalists, activists, and punk rockers out there quietly putting together the rest. No matter what they'll say about us, they won't say we didn't have ground game. Shout out to everybody who donated to the ACLU, the SPLC, Planned Parenthood, and other organizations we're about to desperately need. If you can, set up a recurring donation. Shout out to the record number of minority women elected to the Senate on Tuesday. Shout out to Kamala Harris, Tammy Duckworth, and Keith Ellison, and whoever else we'll be lucky enough to have in our next generation of progressive leaders. Shout out to Barack Obama, whose legacy will endure in us, if not in the law books. And shout out to Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Great leaders we probably don't deserve, but who will continue to help us anyway. Shout out to veterans. Shout out to Leonard Cohen.